Okay, we are starting with what I call Kapunda, and we have a song. Come bless the Lord, come bless the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, all ye servants of the Lord, who stand by night, who stand by night in the house of the Lord, in the house of the Lord. Lift up your hand, lift up your hand in the holy place, in the holy place, and bless the Lord, bless the Lord. Okay, we're looking at, of course, Kapunda in the Shivambu references pot belly, which doesn't really indicate how they living, except of course if it's part of your brand, like you have Tate Booty, that's part of his brand. He likes to remove his shirt and perform, so that everybody can see that part of his brand. But we're looking at scripture and particularly looking at people who have made, their belly their God. If you look at Philippians chapter 3, verse 17, brethren, join in following my example, Paul wrote, and not those who so walk as you have us for a pattern. For many walk, of whom I've told you often, and now tell you even weeping, that they are enemies of the cross of Christ, whose end is destruction, whose God is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who set their minds on earthly things. So there are people that walk like that. And particularly, there are believers that walk like that. They're only concerned about what they're going to put in the belly. They're only concerned about earthly things, about satisfying the lust of the flesh. And we also have ministers that are like that. So instead of leading people and being good shepherds and leading them on, the godly path, they basically lead them astray. You know, they tell them what it is that they want to hear, not God's will, because they know they can extract as much money as possible from these individuals who do not want to hear the truth. So the call is for us to go back to the narrow path. Jesus did not make any bones about, the way to the kingdom, because narrow is the gate and difficult is the path that leads to life, and there are few who find it. These guys cut corners, you know, instead of demonstrating God's power, which involves getting involved in like spiritual exercises, fasting, praying, you know, they go look for devilish power that they can use, to bamboozle people and pull wool over their eyes. And if you're that kind of a person that is not ready to follow the narrow path, that is not ready to make those sacrifices, then you fall for these individuals with their sweet talk, and eventually, like Paul pointed out, in the end is usually destruction. It doesn't end well.